Right now, I'd like to welcome our Melbourne Form analyst. We've got Rob on the line. We're going to go over the Newmarket. Hey, Rob.
Hey man.
Rob, welcome to the party.
This is obviously I'm the big red part and he's the silver fox part. If you couldn't tell, Rob.
Yeah.
Rightio. So we'll just bring up this market for the Newmarket. So here's our market for the Newmarket. Favourites, I wish I win at 440. In secret 440. Private Eye 750. Lofty Strike 850, Buenos Noches 12s, Marzu 17s, Bell and Patina 17s, Star Patrols 19s. We move down, front page 21s, Rock and Horse 26s, September Run 26s, Chain of Lightning 31s, Baller 35s, the Astrologer 61s, What's That 61s, and Snapper is big $91. Any early thought on this market, Rob? Did you sort of price up pretty similar to this, or you had a few different?
Uh, well, I mean, look, I understand why In Secret's that short, but I would have her I would personally have her double figures. I'd give her no chance, but I mean, I guess her SP profile is going to hold her up. She's not with us this prep. I don't reckon. Like if she was at her best, like last prep, she would have definitely won this round, and she would have put them away a bit better in the T Rose, whatever the race was up first. I can't light fingers or T Rose, whatever it was. She would have won a lot better than she did. Her ratings are well down, and I just think that she makes a lot just the boys a lot better. I think she literally does. I think she gives weight to Bruno Notches, who's flying. So yeah, I think she's the whole. Wish I Win probably deserves to be favourite. I'd have Lofty Strike equal favourite with him, and then probably have Bruno Notches around $8, and then Private Eye probably around tens, and then maybe her at like 12s or so. But I mean, yeah, like in terms of the market around away from her, I think it's pretty fair. Just tighten up a few of the ones at longer odds, I'd say, and then just drift her out a bit.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I've been on the last few in Sydney in secret, and I don't want to be anywhere near it on the weekend.
Yeah, no, this is harder for her, yeah, for sure.
So here's a speed map here that we've put together with punting
Yeah.
form. What were your thoughts
So
on the speed map?
I think I don't think they'll go. Well, definitely won't go as quick as they did last year, going like 13 and a half above or whatever they did. That was insane. They won't go that hard this year. I think so. So front page and Snapper will find the front, and Astrologer's out there. I don't think he'll go breakneck. I don't think he has the speed anymore. And then you got like Marzu's first up. I don't think they'll bust him up first up with the weight. And then you got like Chain of Lightning will be probably thereabouts. Those sorts of horses. And then a lot of like Brunus, Not Chairs, Lofty Strike. They'll all want to find their feet. I wish I win. And I don't know exactly what they'll do with Private Eye from up to up. Like I hate inside draws up straight, but yeah, I think that advantage those horses coming down the middle and making their runs. I think as long as I wish I win Lofty Strike, Brunus Notches, I was in somewhat striking range. They can reel these in, and I think the last 100 will come down to who's the better horse out of them. I think Lofty Strike with the weight and the quality, I think he's the one for me.
Yeah, with the speed map, like even if they you'd think if they go faster, it'd suit the ones behind, but it probably even suits them more if it's sort of an averagely run race because of the turn of foot. So those I wish I wins, Lofty Strikes, and Buenos Notches is staining.
That's exactly what I think. Yeah. So as I said, if they if they can be within a few lengths within that elastic band, I reckon they should reel these for sure. Because on paces like Snapper, front page, the astrologist isn't with us anymore. Those they're not going to be able to hold on when you got those horses come over the top of them and Marzu out wide will get a pretty good run, but I think he will probably. I just don't think he's in that well with he's only getting 1 kilo off Private Eye, who's done a lot more than him, and I know he's actually a Group 1 winner, but geez, that's a lot of weight for him compared to horses like I Wish I Win, who only carries who carries the kilo less than him is a much better horse. So yeah, no, interesting enough, but I think I'm working around Lofty Strike. I Wish I Win, Brunus Notches, but it's always a blowout. It can be a blowout in this race. Just look at last year. So
you're just going to play. You're just going to play all three in the race.
Nah, probably not. I'll probably just back Lofty Strike. I think I'll just stick with my opinion. I think he's the best of them. I always hate 1,000 meters at 1,200. It's an awful setup, and that's what the horse said to Lightning. Like last year, Home Affairs, September run that year, and another horse, Osborne Bulls, a couple of years before that, all horses that started favourite out of the Lightning and failed to even place. Osborne Bulls ran second, but the other two failed to run a place. So yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that, but I'll offset that with the fact that he could be a freak. I wish I win, and it's not like he's a 1,000-meter horse anyway. So I definitely and I know Brunious Notches comes out of the race as well. So yeah, look, I'm just going to stick with Lofty Strike. I think he's the best sprinter we have, to be honest. So is this
yeah, I know you don't want to see this replay, mate, because you had a bit riding here, but we'll have a quick look at this. So this is Lofty down the outside here.
So you had to you had nothing to take him in the race either. Like, he had to make it all off his own bat, and he was just outstanding. And Uncommon James is a proper horse. He got the best run, and he's gone enormous, Lofty Strike, and he put a huge figure down there, and yeah, he's a proper horse. Like, he ran 10.72, 10.76, 10.76 home. That's just electric. Like, it was off an even tempo as well. It's not like it was off a walk like in the Lightning. Yeah, he's a freak, and if he can look, as long as he can back it up, like that finishing speed that he produced, I think 15 lengths above the all benchmark, which is like elite. I think he can be the winner. I think the straight's going to suit him as well. So he's a beast, and I'm just going to back in the fact that I think he's the best horse the best sprinter in Australia, which is probably a big statement. But I mean, look, I think the winner of this race will be I wish I win in him. I think they're the two contending for it. And yeah, hopefully, and we get a better price off his Strike. 3-year-olds have a good record in the race, so yeah, give him strength.
Yeah, I like the two that you like too, also, but the one that I'm actually backing out of one of the main lead up races is Buenos Notches.
Yeah,
So this is him just in behind here.
I'll actually,
yeah.
So we were actually on him service that day. We had a unit. I wish I win a unit, Brunious Notches, and yeah, so it's another sick, torturous replay to watch. But yeah,
yeah, I just thought he was massive. I watched the replay of the aerial shot, and he just sort of got held up for a few strides. He looked like his nose was trying to poke through, and he was looking for holes. Like, it's fair to say you watch that replay and you think that he sort of could have got through holes, and I wish I win sort of just went past him. I think up to 1,200 meters. I really liked his trial in Sydney between runs, which I thought was
that was the best I've ever seen him try. He's not a great trialer, and that was just electric. Like, honestly, I'd actually I'd give him him. I'd almost have him second pick, just like the weight as well. 50.5 kilos. Ben Thompson is obviously, he's performed now in Group 1 down here. He's a massive. I've always been a big fan of him, and he's been set for this race. He's a jet, but Notches. He's also one of the best. So yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah, 3 kg swing in the weights on I wish I win. It's only got to make up that small margin, and with a swing in the weights like that, it's got to suit.
Yeah, and it was well documented coming into that race as well it was well documented coming to that race as well that he's not the 1,000-meter horse, and he's going to be peaking in 1,200 stuff. So, I mean, but I just saw him in the yard, and he's come on since the spring, and yeah, I reckon he's a beast, Brunious Notches, and he's a massive winning chance. I think between the three of them, then fourth pick I got Private Eye because he's he obviously is a freak, but geez, he'd have to be a champion to win with the setup 58 kilos from awkward inside draw. Geez. That's almost impossible, but we'll see.
The only other roughie I'd mention was Baller, which comes out of that same race and was sort of in behind him too. Not sure he's good enough to win this, but yeah, he's always that horse that shocks, and he's a massive price at 30s or 40s. Probably start 50s.
Yeah, he was the third pick I had in the Lightning, and he's not a 1,000-meter horse, and he's sort of bundled to start, but he's sort of you can lock him in for top 6, but these are these are the best in the top of the market. But top fours, like first fours place. You could get it, but I doubt he's good enough to get the Wish I Wins, Lofty Strike, Bruno Notches, Private Eye. But yeah, he's a good honest horse baller. So
Who have you landed on, Tony? Have you got anyone in this race? You've had a look here.
Look, I've gone a little bit left field here. I've Chain of Lightning's two runs back have been good without any sort of luck at all. She's drawn to get a nice run, 52 kilos. I give her a chance. She's always performed well. Her second up win last preparation wasn't the best. That she's third up into this. That'll be what Rob said earlier, would hit the nail on the head. Second up runs really struggle in this sort of race, going from the 1,000, which is usually the traditional lead up the Oakley Plate, to the Newmarket. It just makes life very, very hard for them horses, and they struggle. You wouldn't want to be taken too short. I Wish I Win and a couple of them other horses. Yeah, for Lofty Strike, it does blow that price out a little bit, having them other horses in the race. I really like the way Marzu trialled. I think he could possibly be back up on top of his game. Drawn to just stay out of trouble out there and get a nice run, hit the line nice. I think he'll be somewhere in the finish.
Yeah, I think Marzu will be like a top 5 finish, sort of like come in to be a, come in like get backed in the market with TJ Smith. I think that's sort of his race. It's such a hard race to win first up, the Newmarket. Like it's a tough race, but and I don't think he's well weighted, but he's a good horse, Marzu. He showed it in the spring, so yeah, he's a very good horse. He's the 5th pick actually. I haven't had him in secret, so yeah.
Yeah, I think the only horse to sort of win it first up was Redkirk Warrior, but it was sort of a pretty weak year that it did it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Rightio, so we've mentioned nearly every runner, but we're sacking In Secret, so get on there and lay In Secret.
Yeah, hard.
She'll probably come out and piss him with Jamie Carr on it, your favourite jockey, Rob.
She was good to us last week. She gave Patricia a pretty decent ride, and that was probably one of the sickest beats I've encountered. But yeah, you just got to push on. But the best bet of the day has those same colours, so I guess we can probably touch on that in a second.
Yeah, who's your best down there?
Just W Money in race 1. Shock him over will just win. He's a group horse in the benchmark 78. Craig Williams goes on third up, 2,000 meters, set the peak. He'll win. And I'll be disappointed if he doesn't win by at least a couple lengths.
Yeah, right. I might have to get on Ladbrokes and back it to win by a margin then.
Perhaps, but I'm hoping. Look, I'm hoping he drifts a tiny bit. Like $2 is pretty solid. I don't think surely won't get back into odds on, but just sort of. I'm hoping around $2. I think that's just fair. Like it's a weak field. The horse, the second favourite, Alvedon, he meets like 3 kilos better. And Alvedon had to complete PR last time at Moonee Valley, and he got back and hit the line, ran the 4th best last 200 of the meeting. So, yeah, I reckon he just wins. W Money early, put him in your multis, whatever you want to do, and get the day rolling from there.
Awesome. Sounds like a good way to start the day. Flemington race 1, number 4, Shock 'em over. Back for a little drift, but $2 will do. $2 better than bank interest, isn't that right? Especially at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that'll do us, punters. That's our preview for Newmarket and the Coolmore and the Ajax at Rosehill. Have a good weekend, and I hope we all have a fill up. Thanks, boys.
All right. Thanks, man.